It's been long enough since the last podcast that I don't remember anything that you said. Going live. Welcome to the Bongos.
Few drinks along the way to her place. Took the day after tomorrow at the beauty of life itself. My heart stops along the way to her lips. You got me here and now. What are you waiting for? Try to make amends. I've got you here and now. What am I waiting for? How can I pretend?
Good track.
We switch our words out to fit our condition of pain and doubt. Romance as our secrets is possession, a form of illusion to fool your heart.
Oh, snap. That track, for some reason, dropped out. It does that sometimes, doesn't it? Oh, Bundy the Podcast. Welcome to another episode. Bundy the Podcast, bands from around our area, and hopefully we get some weird fucking shit out of them. Maybe we talk about, like, your feelings, your Oedipus complex. So this show is only made possible by our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/BundyLBC. These are the sweet darling babies that provide us with a little bit of their hard-earned cash to help us keep the lights on and to keep the guests coming into the door. So thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to Allison, Anthony, Brenda, Donut Sounds Records, Darian, Ellen, Frederico, George, Gustavo, Jairo, Julio, Manny, Marvin, Miguel, Paul, and Shane. As this list gets longer and longer as we go, I'm gonna just like start running out of breath. But thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. And if you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/BundyLBC. Or if you like the show, at the very least, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a share. Tell your friends, tell your mom. She won't care, but ask her if she wants to watch it anyways. Miguel, how are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up with you?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're pretty good. I heard you went to
chill.
Vegas this weekend.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, did you get thrashed or what?
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
What was the best part of Vegas?
Honestly, I can't remember, but
That's the best part then.
yeah, no, it was cool, dude. Yeah, I got to hang out with some friends and then got pretty drunk and yeah, I got beat up in a pit.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you go see?
I went to like this my friend's band. They were called Frequency Within. They had a
Ah.
show in damn, I forgot the name of the venue, but yeah, it was in Vegas and it's like those like hardcore punk shows and yeah, like got in the pit, got
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Nice. So that was that the best part of the fucking trip or what?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
I was like trash the whole time.
Yeah. Well, for people who don't know, Miguel's in a band called Sounds Like Disco, and he very graciously came in to help us do the cameras tonight. So thank you
Yep.
so much.
Thank you,
welcome.
Miguel.
Check out Sounds Like Disco on everywhere.
Yeah.
What the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check it out.
you'll find it. And today's episode, we got Chapis. What's up?
What's
Is that how
up?
you say it, Chapis?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Where's that fucking name from? What is that? I was thinking about that. It sounds like almost like a Mexican thing.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. It's like chaparro.
Okay. What is that? I'm
with
so
short,
dude,
short, like shorty.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that like your nickname? Because people think you're a short guy or what?
They thought I was.
You
gonna-
don't seem so short.
Yeah. I think I was shorter when I was a baby, and they just
Sure,
just stuck.
when you were a baby, yeah.
Yeah, it
I
just-
think that's an awkward time to give someone shorty as a nickname. Like, oh, look at this baby, so fucking tiny, dude. but
Yeah, that's
okay,
true.
so just stuck the whole time.
Yeah, it stuck the whole
It's
time.
been like your nickname since you were a kid, or what?
just from my parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just Chapis, and I thought it'd be cool to go under a different alias
Yeah.
instead of my name.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. You know, Nani's not my real name, actually.
It's not?
No. My real name's Hernan. But since I was a kid, same thing. And people just called me, or my parents called me Nani. And people, like substitute teachers would come into our class and be like, oh, is there a Herman here? Herman? And shit like that. So I fucking hated it. So I just went by Nani.
Yeah.
My whole
Hernan
life.
sounds sick though.
Hernan's cool, man. It's like Cortez, though. And I don't know how I feel about that guy.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude,
His
he-
name was Hernan.
Hernan Cortez, yeah. And he
Oh, I
came in
didn't-
and he just slaughtered everybody.
Yeah. Okay. I see why you want to.
You see where I'm going with
Yeah.
this, yeah. It's 2019. I can't be associated with a murderer. Even though I'm in a band called Bundy, which, a lot of people think it's about Ted Bundy, but it's not.
It's about Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. It's actually the David Faustino, the Bud Bundy, the son. That's
Oh,
what we
okay.
named it after, yeah. He tried to have a rap career in the 90s,
Gotcha.
and it was very funny to us.
Bud
so
Bundy.
we decided to name it that. Anyway, so your band, you're coming out with a new album pretty soon.
Yeah.
You're working on it. Tell us more about it.
It's actually gonna be a small EP.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's gonna be 3 songs. It should be coming out in April or May.
Okay.
Hopefully April.
Yeah, that's
which
right around
is-
the corner.
Yeah. It's getting mixed right now by Johnny Bell from Jazz Cats.
Nice.
And yeah, so the version we just heard is like the unmastered one.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be mastered.
It sounded
soon.
great.
Oh, cool.
What's the name of that song?
Here and Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a good song. What's that song about?
I think it's about kind of yeah, just it's obviously about here and now, just trying
Just
to take
being
a
here.
snapshot in time.
Right.
When I wrote the song, just trying to be in the moment and finish in one sitting.
I see.
And so that was definitely part of it.
So
But
you wrote the song about writing the song?
I wrote the song about like doing it all here and now.
Okay.
Like
Living life and
Ye-
being present in the moment.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you find that you have trouble with that, like being present?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
I think a lot, so I'm like constantly somewhere else,
Yeah.
Instead
I-
of here with you,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Right now I'm here with you. But
Yeah. Oh, thanks, bud. Thanks for being here. I always feel like when I talk to people, sometimes I get like really excitable. I feel like I don't know. I got like anxiety or manic depression or whatever the fuck. So I'm up. When I'm up, I'm fucking crazy. And I feel like sometimes I talk like Jeff Goldblum, like because my brain's like 5 steps ahead.
Yeah,
I'm like and then and I can't fucking get the. It's just like word vomit coming out of my fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Which is actually a good thing when you're running a podcast, so you can talk to people.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
It's cool how you speed it up and bring it back down. And that's,
Yeah.
I
No,
like
it's
that.
very distracting from the conversation, but I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm fucking hungover, dude. I had a long one last
I'm a
night.
little hungover too.
Yeah? What'd you
Yeah.
do last night?
Shot a music video for one of the other songs.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm
So-
excited to see that.
Yeah, it should be cool. It was a
Very-
long night.
Yeah, yeah. Who's shooting your video? Just like friends, or do you have a?
This girl named Giselle Bonilla. She studied in New York, like film. And,
Oh, she's like legit.
she's pretty legit.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw her short. It won some awards, and like Sundance and stuff like that.
Very cool. What was your
Yeah.
name again?
Giselle Bonilla.
Giselle Bonilla.
Bonilla.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Something like that.
Cool. I got to look that up. So you're doing a music video. You got the 3-song, you said? 3-song EP?
3 songs, yeah.
And what about the rest of your band? I know they couldn't be here tonight because I was like, don't just come you this time. Because we tried doing this before. And
5 other dudes.
5 other dudes, yeah. And so because I didn't have enough fucking channels to get everyone going with the microphone, so I was like, well, let's just do overhead mics.
Oh,
And
that's
it
right.
sounded bad. It just sounded like room sound or whatever. So I was like, no, just come back by yourself and we'll do it again.
Yeah.
And that was like what, 2 months ago or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But thanks for coming back.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for having me.
so you guys playing some shows coming up?
Yeah, we're playing. What are we playing? We're playing 4th Street Vine this Friday with Fourth Dimension. Jody, he's like a crazy good drummer. And then we're playing TJ in April.
No
April
way.
19th,
Where are
yeah.
you playing in TJ? The Mustache Bar?
Yeah, again. So we played there once last year, and we're playing again.
Oh, did we talk about this last time?
I think we
The
did.
Mustache Bar is like, I wouldn't say famous, but it's like really well known in the music scene as
Yeah.
being like where you play in TJ.
I think even like a bunch of bands, like the dude from Green Day played there.
Okay, Billy Joel.
Yeah, Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Who else has played there? Mild High Club has played there.
Sure.
Yeah, I forget who else, but
Okay, very cool. What's
Yeah.
it like when you go down there to Mexico?
I go to Mexico kind of frequently because
Yeah.
my parents, we have family out there, so
Uh-huh.
we go there often. so.
I mean, just mean as a band though. Because I go to Mexico just to, like to visit my folks too. But as a band, carrying your equipment over there and
Yeah.
some of the dudes in your bands they're white, so it's
Yeah.
like how do they feel about like being down there?
we just call him Tonio, and his name's Anthony.
Yeah,
We're just like Tonio.
yeah. You
But,
just call him that the whole time, so hopefully he can assimilate into the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He could pass as a light skinned Mexican.
You know what's cool about the scene down there is I didn't have any knowledge of like how cool it is down there right now.
Yeah.
And I went down there recently with my brother. It was like for a funeral, but we went to a brewery down there, and I forgot what it was called, but it was fucking dope. And it was just like, it's Mexico, so like the tiles are coming up off the floor, and it's
Yeah.
like dirty and shit. But like the beer was really good. There's all these hipsters around, like people with like colored hair, just like me and shit. And I was like, where was this my whole life in Mexico? Because every time I go down there, it's is what you would expect from TJ, like dudes trying to wash your windows with dirty water.
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of stray dogs and,
Yeah.
and selling you stuff.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it's super cool down there now, and they even that brewery that I was talking about, I think it was called like El Mumia or something.
Okay.
Anyways, so they're like they're the fastest growing brewery in the world right now, and they're fucking blowing up. And they
What?
even,
Really? What is it called? A Mumi?
El Mumio or El Mumo or something like that. I
Okay.
can't remember.
I'll try to check it out when I go.
Yeah.
We obviously love.
Apparently, if you go to La Revolucion, there's a kiosk there, and it's the brewery kiosk. And the guy, basically, he's got, like, maps and shit, and he tells you, like, where all the breweries are, where all the cool spots are. So, it's turning into, like, what we have in Long Beach.
Yeah, I hear that there's like a lot of San Diego kids that go out there and party.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, I don't know, must be safer, if a bunch of SD kids are going over
There was a few years where it was like, I don't know if we can go down there right now,
Yeah, true.
with people's heads being put up on fences and shit, or power lines,
Yeah,
drug wars or whatever.
yeah, definitely.
But I heard it's pretty safe now. If you can get over there, if Trump doesn't close the wall or close the border again.
What we do is we know a few bands from there, so we'll borrow their gear and we'll just
Okay.
bring like our guitars and pedals.
I heard there's like a tax you got to pay if you're an entertainer bringing a bunch of gear over. They'll like look in your car and be like, "Oh, you got a bunch of amps and shit. You got to pay us some money for that." But I don't know. You haven't experienced that because you borrow their gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to be like your guitar and like some pedals or whatever, but like keep it low pro.
Yeah, super low pro.
Yeah. What are some of the bands you played out there? What some of those TJ bands?
It's like Beta Galga, I think is one of the bands. They've always been super nice to us, and Buffalo Brown is another band, and I'm blanking out right now.
Buffalo Brown?
Yeah, something like that. Buffalo
Okay.
Brown, I think, is what their name is. But yeah, there's some sick bands out there.
Yeah.
I would say like, just as good as any band here.
Yeah.
You know? Like
We-
pretty much like they're really talented. They record themselves. Yeah, it's like a lot of psych rock. They have everything, punk, everything.
Yeah. Which is so backwards of me to even think that they wouldn't have any of that stuff. Like how silly of me to think that like, oh, it's all corridos down there.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Straight up.
but it's fucking booming. We played with a band in San Diego. We played at the Che Cafe. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but Che Cafe.
Okay.
It's a collective. It's like this indie art safe space kind of venue, and on the university campus. And we played with a band called Parque de Cometas, and they were fucking dope, man. But they were like those 80s indie goth kind of kids who like they just look like they don't want to fucking even be there. You know what I mean? When they're on stage, they're like, "Here's our song. We don't care." But they were really good, and I really enjoyed their music. So yeah, definitely got to check out more of that TJ scene.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe even try to get some of them up here. To be honest.
Yeah.
At Long Beach.
That'd be rad.
It's not too bad of a drive. Was it like 2 or 3 hours with the border and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No.
I mean, we've gone to like San Francisco just to play one show.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like way further.
Yeah. Was that 6 hours to get there?
Yeah.
What's that like playing? Did you come back that same night or you crashed out there?
Oh no, we crashed out there.
Okay, yeah. I have a fear of playing in San Francisco, just because every time anyone I know goes to San Francisco, their fucking van gets broken into.
Yeah, our van got broken into.
Exactly, man. That happens to every fucking band that goes up there, and it's because
it's scary.
Because people they know that people are touring through San Francisco, so they just wait for the fucking van because you can't park anywhere, right? So I'm sure you park the car like blocks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then someone broke in.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's happened a couple times, but.
Okay, you played there up in the same spot or what?
Oh no, I just mean in general a couple times. I forgot where the other place was. I think it was Vancouver or something, but.
Right. What did they take?
They didn't take anything. They just opened it up and it was open. It was weird.
That is weird.
They didn't take anything.
Huh.
Yeah, it was just like all the doors were open when we got there. We're like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's fortuitous.
Yeah.
But also,
I mean,
a little
it looked
weird.
like they were looking for something. Maybe they were looking for drugs. You know, or some shit like that.
Well, they could have stolen the guitars and paid for the drugs with the guitars. But
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like
Maybe
hard
they didn't
to...
have time.
Yeah.
To sell it. They just needed those.
They just needed the hit, right? Yeah. Well, it's possible that it's gear's heavy, and maybe it's hard to move gear too. You know what I mean? Like, because they know, like, take it to a pawn shop, you gotta wait like a bunch of days to get the fucking
to get it cleared.
Right. Yeah. I would be so fucking bummed if someone stole my guitar.
What guitar do you have?
It's a Jazz Master. It's
Nice.
it's just the J Mascis like Squire model, but like to me it's like my guitar. You know what I mean? Like I poured my fucking sweat into that thing.
How long
I'd
have
be
you
really
had it?
bummed. Maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Okay,
Not too
sick.
long, but it's like the guitar that when I picked it up, I was like, holy shit! Like this is the one. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I remember one time I went to a music store. I walked in and I picked up an acoustic guitar. This was perfect.
You just have that gut feeling.
Yeah, you never feel that way?
About gear, not a ton.
Yeah, so you're not partial to your gear.
Not. I'm starting to be.
Okay.
But I never have been.
Yeah, so if someone broke into your shop tonight.
Of course it would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have a ton of money to
No,
replace it.
yeah. But let's just say you could get another guitar, no problem. You wouldn't feel like sad that someone took your stuff?
Only one guitar.
Okay.
Which is this kind of shitty classical guitar. It's a Cordoba nylon string. It's only like a $200-300 guitar, but I pretty much write every single song on that guitar.
Yeah.
So that one actually does have some sentimental value.
Did you buy that one when you were young?
Yeah, it's been like 10 years since I've had that guitar.
Yeah.
So that would really suck. Now that I think of it, I haven't had that thought, but.
Yeah, I have a weird thing with like possessions. Like I don't love to have a lot of possessions, but the ones that I do, I'm like, this is my fucking jacket. If this jacket rips, I'm gonna be fucking sad, and then I gotta get a new jacket. And it's gonna be a whole new life. It's gonna be a whole new chapter in my life. I remember I used to have this corduroy jacket that I used to wear back in my like twee hipster days, and my mom fucking threw it in the washer, which you're like not supposed to do. So it shrunk, and I got it out, and I was like, "Oh, it's okay, Mom." And I was driving back from her house, and I was like crying in my car because I was so sad. This was like a moment of my life just like ruined, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's maybe it's just me being
no
fucking
jackets. Weird. Jackets, I kind of do feel like the same way about jackets for some reason.
Because you live your whole life in them.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you only have like 1 or 2 jackets. Like this jacket it's been with me through all these like crazy experiences.
Yeah.
It's like my little buddy.
Yeah, it's
you
funny.
know?
I feel that way about clothes or like jackets and shirts and stuff, but not about gear.
Yeah.
And gear's way more expensive.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's
Exactly.
about being there with and like, you know, this was here when my first girlfriend kissed me or whatever, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my car got broken into the other day. I woke up
Here in Long Beach.
in Long Beach, yeah. But you know what happened? I didn't lock my car on accident. So I woke up in the morning. I opened my door and all my shit was everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah, and I looked at my car. I didn't have anything valuable, so it was
Nice.
fine. But they stole some socks that I had in my car,
Sucks.
and those were my backup socks.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
those are like, I'm out and about. I need some fucking fresh socks because I haven't slept in 3 days and my
Yeah.
socks are gross or whatever. So I have socks in my car.
Damn, that's a good thing. I'm gonna start carrying extra pair of socks.
Yeah, man. I don't know about you, but I live a very like, I'm going out to bars every night. I'm like, sometimes I don't make it home, blah blah blah, and I need the socks in the car, maybe
Damn.
some underwear, you know. So they stole my socks, and they also stole a can of spray deodorant that I keep. And the whole time I was kind of upset that they were in my car. That's the only thing that upset me, that they were in there. But then I thought, like, they need the socks and this deodorant probably more than me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you live in Long Beach, right?
Mhm.
You know what it's like with all the homelessness around here.
Yeah. It's pretty. It can be pretty bad.
Yeah. You ever have any experiences like crazy shit happen with homeless people? 'Cause I do all the time.
Yeah. Thankfully, the 2 spots that I've lived in have had gates.
Oh, nice.
and
What's your
so-
address? I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say.
Yeah, don't say it.
But it's like, yeah, believe it or not, there's parking, every night on
Nice.
the street,
That's fucking awesome.
and we don't even have to park.
I'm
'cause
gonna
we have,
ask
like, a
you
sign
after
parking.
where you live, because my
Yeah.
fucking neighbor has no fucking parking.
Yeah, I know. It was a mission to find this place, dude.
Nice.
And we finally found one, and my girlfriend and I and Anthony, he's the guitarist. He plays in the band, Tonio,
Uh-huh.
and so he lives with us too. So we all just share that space.
Nice. Yeah, parking in Long Beach is fucking lame, dude. Like, I know tonight when I go back, I'm probably not getting back to like 11 or something like that. When I get back, I'm gonna have to search for half an hour for parking,
Fuck.
and I'm probably gonna park illegally because I do that many times. I have a lot of tickets from doing that.
Damn.
But it's where I live. I live like on Broadway. You know
Okay.
Broadway. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that whole strip all the way across the city is just like fucking everyone lives, because it's near the beach, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go to the beach often?
I used to go more often, but I've been just so busy,
Yeah.
like playing music and stuff. I guess
That's a good thing. Problem to have.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, but I like the beach too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I need to make time for sure.
I feel like I've always been too goth for the beach. You know what I mean? Like I go to
Yeah.
the beach, it's like, oh, it's sunny. Oh, there's sand everywhere. You know
I
what
used to
mean?
feel that way about it, but it's thankfully changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the kind of guy who's like, if you could post up with a Corona and just like a umbrella and just hang out on the beach?
Yeah, I could do that for sure.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound that bad.
I feel like I'd be bored, man. I feel like, one time I went to Virginia for a month, and it was in the middle of nowhere. It was like fucking cow country, and it should have been relaxing. It should have just been like, oh yeah, I can like chill and have a good time. But nah, it drove me crazy.
Virginia, huh?
Yeah,
Well, what's
yeah.
out
Well,
there?
my sister lives out there.
Okay.
So I went out there to visit, and yeah, dude, it was just a month of just sitting there, like not having shit to do.
Yeah.
Which some people would be like, this is awesome, but for me, I'm like, oh, I gotta work,
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have moments like that, but yeah, I'm always busy. So anytime I get to just chill, I'll try to kind of take it, and run with it and chill.
Yeah.
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 I'll try, and then it doesn't always like work out, and I end up just like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm gonna get up and do something now.
Right.
But I'll give it a shot.
What's chill time look for you?
Chill time would be probably reading a book, or just like laying on the couch, or I take my lunch when I'm at work. I take it at this park, and I just lay there and I like sleep. I full on like fall asleep.
Whoa, at the park?
At the park, yeah.
That's cool.
It's in Irvine, so it's
Oh, okay.
it's not that
Yeah, it's not Long Beach
crazy.
parks.
It's
Nah,
not a
dude.
Long Beach park.
Dude, we're right by a park. Oh shit. The more I
That park
give,
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the more I give details, like if people were to consistently watch the show, they would probably figure out where our fucking studio is. Anyways, so we're near a park, and there's always homeless people just like hanging out at like the gazebo area.
Okay.
And
Is this Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna say any more details about the park.
Yeah, so there's just always people hanging out there, and it's like I kind of would like to go to the park to hang out, but at the same time, I feel like everyone there would just kick my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, living in the city.
Yeah, I grew up across the street from a park in Santa Ana, and
Uh-huh.
so I'm like, I don't know. It's like
Santa
I
Ana.
Yeah, I love being around parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Ana growing up. What was that?
In the early '90s, it was pretty bad. There was,
Yeah.
like a lot of shootings.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I saw like a drive-by when I was 5.
No shit. You
Yeah.
saw dudes get shot, like literally, like get
I
take
saw
bullets.
a guy get shot. at 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
The reason I remember it so vividly is because he was wearing a white shirt. and you
Oh,
could
so
see
that
the
red just
blood.
got
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
And I was-
crazy.
Yeah, I was maybe like, I don't know.
Do you know if he died or he survived?
I think he survived because I rode my bike back home and then I told my dad, and me and my dad went over and the cops were asking us questions like, oh, did your son see anything? And I tried to give them some details, but they're kind of upset that I didn't get the license plate. But I was 5,
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, hold on, let me bust out my notebook. KL77. Yeah, that's stupid.
yeah,
But I've never seen someone get shot before.
yeah.
That must have been intense.
It was intense, but I think I was too young to fully get traumatized by it.
Right. I
You know
see
what I
what you
mean?
mean. Yeah.
If I was like 8 or some
Uh-huh.
shit, a little more aware,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
it would have hit me a lot harder. But 5 was like, or maybe I was 4. It was pretty young.
Yeah. And your parents just let you? Well, I guess it's a different time now.
I don't think they knew.
'Cause when I was a
think I just took off.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Like
I was gonna say when I was a kid, my parents fucking let me roam around all the time. But we lived in a small town. We lived in like a quaint little cute town that like only one fucking crazy murder happened, and that was like the news for the century. You know what I
oh
mean?
shit. Okay.
This woman, oh man, it's a crazy story. This fucking girl went missing, and then people were looking around for like fucking forever, and no one could find her. And then eventually, this farmer and his son found her on their farm in like a drain pipe thing,
Wow.
just like
Like a sewer pipe or
yeah,
something.
like someone dumped her body there. They come to find out that it was this guy who was her really good friend who was like obsessed with her, like he wanted to be with her,
Fuck.
and she didn't want to be with him. So eventually, he just like, killed and raped her. Fucking
Wow.
fucking insane. And then he goes back and he tells his dad that what he did, and his dad's like, "We gotta cover this up." And his dad helped hide the body.
Damn.
Isn't that nuts?
What if you had a kid, and your kid killed somebody and came up to you? Hey, Dad.
That'd be hard.
That'd be fucking hard.
Cause cause on one hand you'd want to protect the kid, but at the same time, the laws they got some tools. You gotta be really fucking smart to be able to pull that off. And that kid was so close to that girl. Who the fuck else are you gonna suspect?
Yeah. True.
Well, I mean, sure she had a lot of friends, but he even before they found out that it was him, he even like went to the funeral and shit.
What?
Yeah, isn't that fucking dark? Yeah,
Yeah.
cause he had to keep up appearances.
Wow.
That's fucking sick. Yeah. Anyways, that was the one crazy story that I can remember from that city.
That is pretty crazy.
That one, and my cousin was just telling me that because we were partying last night, that's why I'm hungover. She was telling me that one of our teachers got busted for sleeping with some student, and the reason he got busted is because she went to Harvard, and he went and visited her at Harvard, and they're like, "What the fuck is this teacher doing here?" And then they investigated into him, and they found out.
Damn.
Do you ever have any crazy school stories? Anything that happened while you were there?
Yeah, for sure. At least twice. Once in middle school and once in high school. But I didn't have either of those teachers. I just heard about it.
Oh, like that story of the teacher fucking a kid?
Yeah.
Ah, yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, twice. That's already enough.
Yeah. It's so funny because like maybe like 10 years ago, if a young boy would have slept with a woman teacher, people would have been like, "Fuck yeah, dude, good for
Props,
you."
dude.
But 10 years later, everyone's like, "No, you can't fucking do that." But it's just really funny how time changes like that.
Yeah, things are everybody's a little more sensitive nowadays, and
Right.
it's a good thing and a bad thing.
It can be.
It's both.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the old horse in the barn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Like I'll say something, I don't even mean it to be like mean or something, but I'll say something like some old terminology. I can't even think of something right now. But
Yeah.
and then someone will be like, "No, you can't fucking say that anymore. You're fucking. What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry, man. I didn't fucking realize. I was coming from a place of love.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when
I used to say gay all the time.
Yeah,
I was like,
dude,
"Ah,
seriously,
that's gay, dude."
I remember
And I
with
stopped saying it because of
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
same reason.
that's gay, bro. We used to say the fucking. We used to say I can't say. Well, we used to say the F word, man.
Yeah,
the
the
gay
other-
F
other
word.
gay-
Yeah, and it was like, oh, don't be such a F word or whatever. See, I won't even fucking say it anymore because I feel like not even as like a way to like talk about what I'm talking about. I can't even
Yeah.
do that because
Of
I feel like
course.
it's that bad.
It is that.
It's
Well,
like
I
saying,
mean,
it's like saying the N word. You know?
yeah, I think people do think it's that bad nowadays.
Yeah.
For sure.
But there's also that, not that we can necessarily talk about Louis C.K.
We could.
But there's that-
I like Louis C.K.
There's that argument that he makes on his stand-up where he talks about like even if you say the N-word, you're still saying the intention of the word behind that.
True.
So you're really still just fucking saying it. Right?
Yeah. But there is this like, visceral thing about actually saying it, like where you can like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's
It is-
just,
it
it's
is-
a lot. This is like the nice version of that word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
George Carlin said, there's no, I can't remember the exact quote, but there's no such thing as a bad word, only bad intentions.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can say fuck. That doesn't mean that I'm saying fuck you necessarily.
True.
Unless I said fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait, did you cuss like as a kid? Like,
when I was in middle school, I cussed a lot.
Yeah,
a
me too.
lot. Like fucking way too much. Like I feel like we use the word fucking or shit as like as a like.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so did I.
But back then in middle school, I would just be like, fuck you, motherfucking bitch, and shit like that.
To who? To
Just my friends.
Okay, friends.
I just thought it was fun to be crass or whatever. And then I realized that was not good.
Yeah.
So I actually trained myself to not do that anymore. But
Yeah,
also,
you gotta untrain yourself, right? To stop saying like,
Yeah.
the common things that
Yeah.
you're used to.
it wasn't even anything that anyone said about it. I just felt bad. I just felt bad one day. I was like, I just realized I swear a lot. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. So there was I remember there was a point in my middle school career where I talked really, really fast, just like that thing when I was talking about earlier about that Jeff Goldblum thing, where I would talk so fast that people would be like, "Oh, what are you, Johnny Depp?" Because I'd be like, "Oh, you're so fast," and then I
That does sound like
didn't
Johnny
make
Depp.
any sense. It's like when you wake up in the morning, you try to say something and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
That's what I sounded like when I talked. So I had to train myself to talk slower,
Yeah.
which was a weird one too.
Yeah. I think I used to talk faster and then I slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with more intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say back to the whole, things are more sensitive nowadays. That's probably why I talk slower, because
You want to make sure you don't say something wrong.
Yeah, make sure I don't say something.
You're
that's
on
like-
live
Yeah.
YouTube right now, man. You're coming out with an EP in like April.
Yeah.
And then you could be on here being like, fucking piece of and then all of a sudden you're not making any fucking sales. Not that who fucking sells an album nowadays,
True,
though, right?
true.
I was so surprised today. Someone actually paid money for some of our music.
Oh, sick.
And I was like, what? Money? What's that? And
on Bandcamp or on what?
on Bandcamp, yeah.
Sick.
And it was so cool because the total was 666.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was dope. Even though I'm not like a metal band or anything, but that was like a nice little surprise,
Yeah, you can pay what you want. Is that how it was? Or
I think it was like one of our EPs and it was like $7. So they took out a small percentage of that for Bandcamp, and
Oh,
then it
that's
ended
funny.
up being 666. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna make all our fucking albums like that
$7,
from now on.
so then it comes out to
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, perfect. As long as I don't change the tax rate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So back to your family's from Mexico.
Yeah.
They still live in Mexico?
No,
Do your parents live there? Or
They
what is
both
it?
live here now.
They both
we
live here?
we all live here now.
Oh, okay. But you still have like uncles and stuff that live out there.
Yeah, so like probably at one point half of our family lived out there and then the other half here.
Yeah.
But now it's like 75-80% live here.
Okay, they're all
So-
starting to come over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my family too. When I was a kid, they came over for like school and stuff, and then they were illegal when they first came here, and then they got I think it was like Ronald Reagan or something.
Yeah,
Like let a
yeah.
bunch of people in.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because my grandpa actually could have gotten citizenship way the fuck earlier, but he was so punk rock about it. He was like doing the what is that one where it's like where you work like you're a migrant worker?
Oh yeah, under
And-
a visa. like a working visa.
Yeah, but like it was this program where like if you
Oh yeah, for the like the fields and like harvesting. And
yeah,
stuff.
if you worked as a migrant worker, eventually over time they would give you citizenship through
Yeah.
this program.
My dad's
And-
dad did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had the option to do that, even though he was coming over and working. He was just like, fuck that, I don't want to fucking work for them assholes. And so he never got citizenship until he was way the fuck older.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because I don't know, he was always just a psycho, man. My grandpa like used to sell coke on the streets and shit.
Oh shit.
I remember okay, so I only knew him as like grandpa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like the guy who would like sweep outside of our house, just like on the street. He'd just be out there for no reason. I never understood why. He was just like out all the time, not doing anything, just hanging. And then I come to find out years later,
He was selling coke.
no,
Oh.
no, he wasn't selling coke. My dad told him to get the fuck out of the house because he was a dick to my grandma. He would just come in and be like, "Oh, I fucked the neighbor lady. What do you think about that?"
What
Even
the
though
fuck?
but he didn't actually do any of those things. He just was a dick, and
Oh,
he
he
would say
just-
those things to
yeah.
hurt her feelings.
Wow.
And so eventually, my dad was like, "You gotta get the just fucking go outside. Just stay outside." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
That's cool.
old school.
That's cool that your dad was able to tell his dad that. You know.
Yeah, that must have been rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have to do that kind of shit. But I don't know. Your family's cool?
I mean, we have, there's some issues here and there, but I think I had a pretty good upbringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully. I don't have many complaints, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. I feel like, I don't know, I had a weird upbringing, but at the very least, I can look back and be like, well, they tried their best. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't have all the nice things in life, and sometimes we didn't fucking have anything.
Yeah, it's like good enough parenting.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like good enough. Yeah.
parenting.
You know.
Well, dude, my dad was a gardener, and he would fucking go out there every day, every fucking day, and work. And he would come home so tired, and I was always like, let's go watch a movie or let's do something, I want to hang out with my dad. But he was so tired that he couldn't, and I always kind of resented him for that. And then when I grew up, I was like, dude, he was working for me.
Yeah.
He was, paying my school and shit. So
Yeah.
I see that now.
Yeah. If your dad paid your school, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah, not that it was just public school, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
for
Or just
textbooks and
paying
stuff,
for your
yeah.
food or.
Yeah, exactly. Put a roof over my head. And I
Exactly.
understand that now, but I was such a little fucking whiny baby when I was a kid. So back to the band. Let's go back to the band. So you're playing a couple shows coming up,
Yeah.
and what's in the future for you guys? You guys have any upcoming plans?
Yeah, we're gonna release that music video.
Yeah.
Around the same time we release the EP, and we have a ton of tracks. To be honest, we probably play we've probably played we have like 15 songs or something like that, but we're only putting out 3.
Hold on, real quick. Sorry. RDA Rossdog says, "Hey, jerk off, say hi." He doesn't believe that this is live. Also, it is live, and he says, "Build the wall, dude. They can't get in." Oh, fuck off, man. Fuck you. Get out of my fucking live stream. I don't even want to talk to you if that's really how you feel. But if
Damn.
it's not how you feel, if you're just joking around, that's fine. But anyways, go on. So you
I
have.
feel like I've heard a lot of jokes about building the wall lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I know it's
I mean,
supposed to be
and
funny,
I know
but-
that I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Like, I could take a joke pretty far and just run with it, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I know it's a joke, but I can't tell if it's a joke sometimes
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
with certain people, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
So,
this guy.
yeah.
RDA, vote
So-
for Pedro.
If he's joking, tight.
I think he is joking. He just says vote for Pedro. I don't know what that means, but I know what it means. But anyways, so back to your EP.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got the music video coming out. The EP is gonna come out too. It's gonna be mixed by the Jazz Cat guy,
Yeah.
Johnny Bell, which I'm stoked on. He's killing it.
He's good, man. He's done a lot of bands from
Yeah.
Long Beach. It's like him and Antoine from the Compound, and there's that new one. They're still, I forgot what the fuck they're called. Shit, but there's a couple studios in town that are just like iconic for like indie artists.
Yeah. We didn't record there, which we want to eventually. We recorded it ourselves.
Oh,
I-
he's
I
just
sent-
mixing it.
Yeah, he's just mixing
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So you recorded it yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds really good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been recording since I was like 18, so it's been a while.
Okay. What do you
Yeah.
do? What do you record on?
A few different things. Sometimes I record with just like a what is that? A Focusrite Claret.
Okay.
But then sometimes an Apollo. My
Mhm.
roommate has an Apollo.
Nice.
And
Can you tell the difference on the preamps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you could tell.
I don't
it's,
really
It's
play it-
nothing too crazy though. I want.
Yeah. Not worth the like $1,000 bump or whatever.
It's like 800 for the Apollo, right?
Uh-huh.
And then 100 for the Claret.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if you don't have that much money, dude, just get the Claret.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a no-brainer.
Honestly,
don't get the Apollo. But if you do have some money to spare, and you are trying to step up your recording game, by all means.
I wouldn't even say that, man. If you have the money to buy the Apollo, stick with the Claret and buue some mics.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
buy
trade-off.
Yeah, buy a mixer, something that you can use. I don't know if the Claret has. Does the Claret have a ADAT in, so you can plug in a or optical in or anything?
I don't think it does.
Okay.
Some of them do though, like the bigger ones, which are
Okay.
still cheaper than the Apollo.
Okay, yeah, because I have a Digio 2, which is like you can get one for like $100, and it's 4 channels, but it has an optical out and in, so you can actually hook up an 8-channel optical or whatever,
Mixer?
an 8-channel mixer. Yeah. So when I record drums, it's all about getting like the preamps aren't great on it, but they're fine, and it's all about when you actually get it into the DAW and you can mix it with your plugins. I feel like that's where it's at.
Yeah, if you get a pretty good clean signal, and your snares tuned right, and the drummer's on point, and the singing's on point, all that stuff, like it's in tune. That's the thing that matters the most. So.
Yeah.
So it's like any recording device will do.
Yeah. There's this guy in our fucking feed who's saying all this really terrible shit, and I know he's a troll. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to. How do I fucking report that motherfucker? Hey, I'm reporting you for harassment and hate speech, dude. Fucking, you got reported for hate speech. Deal with that. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So with the DAW and stuff, like with the preamps, like you can have such an amazing recording now without having. But you need the mics for it. You know what I mean? I had a friend just today.
I mean, do you need the mics? Because
well, I'm not.
Steve Lacy. You know who Steve Lacy is?
No, who's that?
He's the guy from the internet.
Okay.
He produced one of the new songs on Kendrick's album, the
Okay.
last album.
All right.
And he recorded everything on his phone, his like EP, and
No
it was
shit.
like, it sounds super good.
Wow.
And he sang into his phone. He just put a pop filter.
Yeah.
He has GarageBand set up, and an iRig. He plugs in his bass into iRig into his iPhone. Recorded everything on his phone.
That's amazing.
Yeah, did the
I
harmonies.
heard Kanye did that too with what's that? Paul
that's
McCartney.
right. Yeah.
Paul McCartney. They met up and he sang a few lines or played a little bit of guitar. Like he played an idea of a song, and then he took the iPhone recording and he's like, "Was there an interview with him?" And he goes, 2 months later, I heard he sent me the track, and I was like, "What? We didn't even fucking go to a studio. That's crazy." That is fucking amazing, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
If you know
great.
what you're doing and you have a good ear for tone and and
How
stuff
do you
like
record?
that.
How do you record drums like that though? I mean, electronic music kind of makes sense.
True, the drums he used were sampled drums.
Yeah.
And he just made it work,
Right.
That's true. I don't know if you could record drums with an iPhone. I mean, you could, but it's gonna sound grainy and distorted.
Yeah.
But that could be cool.
Maybe if you did one drum at a time and just like piece it together.
There you go. Sample it.
Yeah.
That's still kind of like sampling it in a way.
Yeah. My friends, they have a new project coming out called Sotum. Anyways, they've been sending me tracks to mix for them, and they're just doing it with like a mixer console and like I don't know, probably like not Logic, GarageBand or something. And you can hear that like the gate, like they'll just like cut off certain parts. Like it sounds very just put together.
Okay, gotcha.
They just kind of threw it together, but the song is great, and they played it really well.
Nice.
So then when they sent it to me, I'm like, oh, I have all these fucking plugins. I fucking made it sound like way bigger and better.
Nice.
So yeah, I can totally see someone who's even more professional than me, who actually knows what they're doing, could take an iPhone recording and do that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. They took his iPhone recording and just boosted it
Yeah.
up.
Hey man, I'm gonna challenge you. In fact, I'm gonna challenge you guys too. Fucking, let's do that. Let's do an iPhone recording, like, album or something, right?
I'm down.
Like, you do a fucking iPhone recording album. I'll do a song, and then we do a song on the iPhone, and then we just like have a bunch of artists in town do that.
Dude, that'd be
And
sick.
throw it on and then all in Long Beach bands or whatever. All these songs were recorded on iPhones. Wouldn't that be fucking dope?
I think that'd be sick. I really like how the microphone records the iPhone microphone.
Yeah.
I think it sounds really good.
Yeah.
I record a lot of like acoustic guitar and just sing into it, and sometimes I even take that track and I'll put it in Ableton and I'll chop it up and organize it, and then I'll keep it there and I'll just write over the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I'll sometimes just keep it there in the background.
You use Ableton a lot?
Yeah.
Is that your main thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
your main
used to
DAW?
use Sonar.
Okay.
You remember?
I don't know
if you-
Sonar.
Yeah.
No.
It's I don't even know.
I used
who
to use
uses
Sony
that.
Acid Pro.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. It was
That's cool, right?
Yeah, it was pretty old, but it was like my first multi-track program that I could get my hands on when I was a kid.
Nice.
But yeah, all I had at the time was a SingStar microphone. Do you remember that game?
No.
It was like a PlayStation 2 game, and it came with a microphone, and it had a mini jack, but you would plug it into like something that would plug into the PlayStation, and you would sing karaoke basically.
Oh, okay.
And so I had one of those microphones that I just like randomly stumbled upon, and so I would plug that into my computer microphone jack and just like multi-track songs together.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it was
It
dope.
probably sounded cool, right?
It sounded bad, but like cool bad. You know what I mean? Because at the
Yeah.
time I was really into Devendra Banhart.
Oh, he's dope.
Yeah, and his early recordings are so lo-fi. It's like a two-track tape machine or whatever, but it's dope.
Yeah, I've been listening to this podcast. I think it's like Audiophiles, something Audiophiles.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk a lot about the guy talks. I forget his name. He talks a lot about like the recording process, and he does right before he interviews whoever he's gonna interview. He what does he do? He buys like a cheap microphone, does a recording with it in this atmosphere and in this like acoustic space. Then he'll do it in another one, and he'll like compare it, and then he's pretty much trying to show that like you could buy like $100 mic and make it sound good.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's like an advocate for that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
he
That's
combines
that's
like
a
hi-fi
podcast, you
and
said?
lo-fi.
An audio podcast?
Yeah, Audiophiles.
That's cool, man. I would love to try that, because like we track our shit in this room, and it's a pretty big room. Sound
Yeah.
bounces around in here.
It sounds good though.
Yeah, but I'd love to take the same mic setup, like the exact same spacing, take it outside, take it to another room. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Exactly what that guy's doing. Be
Yeah.
sick difference.
Yeah, totally.
First though, I want you to be able to give out shout outs. Shout out to whoever you want. Your
Okay.
boys in your band, or some bands that you know, anything like that.
So yeah, definitely shout out to all the dudes in the band: Anthony, Andy, Christian, and John. We've been together for about a year now, so we're about to release our first EP. Stoked on that. Big shout out to them. To Giselle Bonilla, who's doing the video, to Johnny Bell, who's mixing it, and to you, to the Bundy podcast, dude. I think what you're doing is sick.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying, man. The scene needs to get elevated.
yeah.
We have a good scene here.
We do.
I feel like, I'm not in LA, but LA's got such a diverse so many different pockets that we're like, Silver Lake or whatever. And Long Beach, I feel like we're so eclectic, and it's such a small amount of space
Yeah.
in terms of where the venues are, that like, why isn't our fucking place popping all the time? You know what I mean?
It could be.
I want it to be like the new, I want our fucking scene to be the new South by Southwest.
That'd be sick.
I want us to get to that point.
I mean, we're getting all these sick festivals, like
Yeah.
by
But those
the
are
Queen
big
Mary.
festivals, though.
But it still draws attention to the city.
That's true. Yeah.
Like at least they're like, oh yeah, Long Beach. Oh yeah, I know Long Beach. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
music, Long Beach.
I understand. I
At
just
the
feel like,
at the very least.
yeah, I'm just saying when Snoop Dogg plays, that's Long Beach. That's cool, but that's not like gonna elevate any of the local artists.
True.
You know what I mean? That's not
Yeah.
gonna help us out.
We have to start from like the smallest scale, right? Like
Yeah, and I feel like
local.
the only way we can do that is if everyone in the scene helps each other in some way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you good at?
I think I'm good at just like going with it. I don't going with the flow, I guess. Like I don't, I'm not. I know some musicians and other people. Like I'm an engineer too. Like I studied civil
There you
engineering,
go.
and
Yeah.
I'm good at math, I guess.
Okay.
So but I'm not like, I don't have a math brain where it's like I'm good at it, but I don't have to be like, oh no, dude, you have to do it this way. It's like the only way. And I know so many people who are like that.
Yeah.
And I'm nothing like that.
I guess I meant like,
so I would say that's what I'm good
like
at.
music scene wise. Like, what are you good at
Oh,
with music? Like,
sorry.
so you record, right? So
Gotcha.
something that you can do to give back to the community is fucking, I don't know, record some bands or something. Like, oh, you need to record some guitars? Come into my studio, record some guitars or whatever. I think everyone has the possibility to be able to do something in that capacity to help, you know.
That's true.
If you're good at graphic design, fucking make some flyers for some bands. If you're good at, if you have a button maker machine, make buttons for people, you know.
Yeah.
As long as, you know, obviously cost-wise, and so we need to take care of each other, but feeling it. So I'm trying.
I
I'm
like
trying
that
my best.
idea, man.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
my best. All right, so the first question I have for you before we log out is if you have any musicians' horror stories, something that happened to you when you're out and about playing a show, or if you went to a show and some crazy story happened that you would like to tell, something noteworthy.
Let's see, noteworthy. Yeah, I don't know if Andy's gonna get upset. Bass player. We were playing a show at La Cave in Costa Mesa, and we were on the 55 freeway, and we have an open bed truck,
Oh, yeah.
and his pedal boards, you know, our amps, they're all on the truck.
Yeah.
We hit a bump, and his pedal board was just on top of everything. We didn't it wasn't snug between two things or anything, and I'm driving behind him. He's got the gear. I have some gear in my truck. I'm driving right behind him. I see the pedal board just elevate like from the hitting the bump, and it just floats down and then crashes onto the freeway.
Jeez.
And there's like two cars in between us, and one of the cars just hits it, and I see all of his pedal boards just like
Jesus.
like splatter all over the floor and like break. And
That's the worst feeling,
dude,
man.
I feel like I saw it in slow motion. He didn't even see it. I saw it.
Oh, man.
And that was just
I can't imagine
was
like
like
if
two-
that happened
like
to me, dude. I'd be
almost $2,000 worth of
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Because each pedal is what, like $100 and something dollars.
Yeah.
And how many pedals do you think he had on that thing?
He had like eight or 10 or
Ugh.
something. And he hasn't bought a pedal since.
He just said, "Fuck that shit."
He just said fuck pedals.
Damn.
Yeah, which he, you know, probably makes him a better
better
better bass player.
I feel like you probably could have like salvaged one or two of them at the very least.
Yeah, we went back and they were gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should have stopped immediately, but we didn't.
Man, you know what I'm thinking too? Some cars probably got fucked up by those pedals. Those are a
Yeah.
big chunk of metal. Someone's dead out there. Thanks to you guys with your pedal board. Damn musicians. All right, that's a good one. That's a good story.
Yeah.
So the last thing I'm going to ask you is for a musician's piece of advice, something that you've learned in your career that you can impart to someone else that'll kind of inspire somebody.
So I'm just gonna give personal advice. Don't overthink it. You know, it's something that, you know, I think everybody does, especially like musicians who are struggling. Just don't overthink it. You know, just keep doing your thing, and don't second guess yourself too much. Don't second guess your process too much.
You
know?
were saying that you overthink.
Yeah, I overthink a lot, so I'm kind of just trying to take that advice, you know, and run with it, because yeah, sometimes you want to analyze every little situation and be like, I can maximize this and maximize that, and you know, make this more efficient, and you know, make this sound better. You know, efficiency isn't always like the main inspiration. You know, it's sometimes you know, something that can kind of harm the process if you're trying to be too efficient. You should just kind of go, you know.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, and not think sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're playing, you shouldn't be thinking. You know, that's something that I've been trying to be conscious of, because lately I've been thinking while I'm playing. I'm like, oh, what should I hit next?
I know that feeling.
It's like, why am I thinking?
I know that feeling. And then you get anxiety on stage and you're like, oh, people are watching me. Oh, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And then you got to somehow snap out of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sometimes I'll just like, I'll tell myself, you're an actor and you're here to entertain.
That's a good one too.
So
I like that.
snap out of it. And then eventually, you know, you get into the groove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Where can we find your music?
It's not out yet, so we only have like a YouTube performance of us. So if you type in Chapis live or something, it might come up. That's all we have at the moment, but it'll be up on Spotify and all that stuff in the next month or so.
Okay. And your Instagram is at Chapis Dude.
Yes.
Chapis Dude. And thanks to Miguel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
You're still here, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, thanks for doing the cameras and stuff,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You can find Miguel at.
My band's Sounds Like Disco, so just at Sounds Like Disco.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. It's what would you say your music is like?
Like indie rock, like Block Party meets Paramore meets Metric kind of vibes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. And I want to give a quick shout out before we head out to our Patreon subscribers, patreon.com/BundyLBC. Thank you so much for helping us keep the lights on and getting people in the show to be interviewed. I appreciate it. Shout out to Allison, Anthony, Brenda, Donut Sounds Records, Darian, Ellen, Federico, George, Gustavo, Jairo, Julio, Manny, Marvin, Miguel, Paul, and Shane. Thank you guys so much. And if you like what we do, like, subscribe, share, whatever. That really, really, really does help us if you just pop a little like on the video. I appreciate it. And have a good night. Bye. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.